Hello travelers, I'm Timothy French. We're in Hamilton, North Carolina to continue on our quest to visit every town center in the state. So let's get started right here at what used to be their town hall building with a clock on top. It's the Hamilton Volunteer EMS station now. And it may be a library too. It looks like it had the library sign on the front, but I'm not sure. Right down there's the post office, and if you go on down Main Street here, you'll find the Roanoke River down there. And this town got its start because of the Roanoke River, and we'll finish this trip by taking a look at it. Yeah, Roanoke River played a big part in everything around here in these parts. We've been to other towns that relied on it as well. It was incorporated in 1804 and located, like I said, on the Roanoke River, and long prospered as a bustling commercial port for draft steamboats, the cotton gin, and a burgeoning textile trade. Brought river traffic to its peak in years leading up to the Civil War. So yeah, it's got a big history here and a beautiful municipal building. Across the way there's Matthews and Sons, another business. Well, let's get a picture of this. I think the new town hall is right down the street here. As you can see, it talks about take a book, leave a book right there on the door. So yeah, that's interesting. Well, let's keep walking. Check out some of these houses. Yeah, the whole area coming in was nice and clean, and some of the big businesses I passed were well kept. Here's one of these old houses from back in the day, I imagine. Could use a little work, that's for sure. Across the street you see another one. Yeah, the Civil War made its way up here too, in a lot of these antebellum houses that you would find all out here and around the town were burnt down. Some are left, and they have an historic walking trail that you can take on your own, and you can get the information from the town hall. Made a little park right here where we sit in. There's the American flag overhead this morning. Got a little memorial here too. Dog in there barking. In honor and memory of all veterans. Land of the free because of the brave. And it is. And this place sits right beside the old hardware store that's still open here. Got an old tractor. Old forklift, I guess. I don't know. I guess it still runs. Y'all work here, tell me about it. Looks like they got it all. I don't know what he's all about, but he's mad. He's mad. Yeah, this is an old one here. Hamilton Hardware. How you doing this morning? Oh, you're okay. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's a beautiful, beautiful old building there. Got its old signs up there. I like it. Some old bathtubs outside if you want to take a bath. I'm thinking maybe it's not open anymore. No, you know, there's a lot of stuff in there though. I don't think it's fall cabbage collar plants for sale. David's Gun Shop, fishing tackle's got a thing up there, but I'm gonna say no to it being open. That's a shame. That's a shame. If it is open, they ain't taking care of it very good. Got some firework signs sitting outside, so I imagine they have them a big parade here every year. They'll let me know if you do. There's the new town hall right there. The other one was cooler looking, but I'm sure they had to update for one reason or another. Maybe that what they're using it for now for the EMS fits that building better. They got a cash points down here. Got a mural over there, so let's go on down and check that out. When I was coming in, I rode around the block here and it said Railroad Street down there. I guess a railroad came through there one time. I'm not sure, but I was reading about its history, and it talked about how they used Roanoke River to haul products, cotton and all that, and peanuts and tobacco, different things over the years. But they said that the town could have done better if they'd worked up some. They were working up some plans for some land transportation, like a railroad and a plank road, which many towns built between themselves and other towns. But they said the plans never went through. So I'm wondering if they just had a railroad street without a railroad down there, or did eventually a train come through here. I kind of feel like probably did it one time later on. But I don't know, so y'all gonna have to tell me. As always, I love to hear from the locals. So comment below. And Mike Bennett's got an artist studio here. Nice little building there for him. You can see the beautiful church out there. Some of the homes. Let's cross over. I'm getting out of town, out of center now, but just wanted you to look out, be able to look out of the town center and see what some of the houses look like. We got a big pink one right here. And the birds are chirping this morning. It is spring. And the pollen is everywhere. I had to wipe it off the windshield of old Rev this morning, along with about 1,000,000 bugs that were splattered on it. So Williamson straight ahead and Oak City to the right. We've already done both of those towns. So check them out if you want to see them. The best way to see if I've been to a town you're interested in is just to type the name of the town and the state along with my name, Timothy French, and if I did a video there, it'll be at the top of your search results. National Register. Hamilton Theater. So yeah, I guess they had them a theater. They were so bustling, they had a theater here. It's a little different today than what it did back then, but yeah, people go in there and see the shows. And as time went on, they got the phone. Man, they were big on the technology back then. They had one of these pay phones you could come into. Hello? Most of the time they don't have this part. It's always cut off. Yeah, hello. I'm so old I can remember hitting it. When you're younger, you always stick your finger in there to see if you got a quarter. Something was in there, I don't know what it was. Paper, I guess. Anyway, those days are long gone. I got that cell phone in my pocket here, giving me all the information about the town. And I use it for a map to get around. All kinds of stuff we can do today with technology. But back then, if you got lost, you'd stop at a gas station, ask somebody. You had a little paper map, and if you broke down, you'd hopefully find you a payphone like that and put a quarter in so you can call for help. Different times now. Some things are better and some things are worse, in my opinion. Farmers America, veterans, active duty. So, assuming it says support, that's all it says, but maybe it's got something to do with veterans. Another look out this street here. I can't remember what the name is. There's another old house there. Got this beautiful mural somebody did, 1804. Let's see if we can check it out. I'm gonna try to back up and use this as a thumbnail. So I gotta kind of get different distances on it. Get the best shot I can. Yeah, that's interesting. There's those houses. Old antebellum type houses, I suppose. I think there's a church around here too. the Gothic style. That maybe that represents it, I don't know. There's some children playing in the yard there. There's one of those boats, shallow draft river boats. Yeah. Then Boyd, Everett Insurance is across the road there. So let's cross the road. We'll talk about them. Lynn Boyd, because he's probably related to the Boyds, which helped get this place going, I believe, if I read that correctly. The Boyd family. Here's an old gas station. This would have been pre-70s, I'm sure, the way it's shaped. 50s, 60s maybe. I'm trying to get a good shot of it for you. Yeah, cool old gas station, maybe an SO or something like that. A lot of people are turning these gas stations into different types of businesses, make them look real good. I believe this would be a good building to do that. But I don't know if they got enough people to support a little brewery. I don't want to say a brewery, but maybe a place just to come in and get drinks and all. Maybe a cool one to have, though. I'm not sure how many people live out this way, but population has dropped over the years. But I tell you, people moving to North Carolina, some of these small towns offer great value. Come out here and buy you a house, and taxes are lower and all that. And he's got a catering business here. She'll cater for you, so that's a good thing. So yeah, if you're moving into these areas, you come into these little towns, sometimes they look run down, but the areas around them are not run down. Houses are nice, like I said, coming in. This town could be cleaned up a little bit and make it look a little bit better, but it's not too bad, really. This house here, need somebody to give it a little love. That would look good. You can go in the back there and see the old carriage house back there. Clean up this yard a little bit. That'd be a nice one. That one looks good over there. I mean, it just needs some work, Somebody come in here and fix up the old hardware store, turn it into a restaurant, maybe. Who knows? Get enough people out here, you can do stuff like that. But I don't know what it would take. You guys live here too, so take what I say. Don't take what I say to heart. I'm just a visitor. Just a visitor. It's like this wall seems newer than the house to me. But this is probably one of those houses you can find on the tour. They're posted keep out. Then they got the sign right there. Clements Sherrod, is that it? 1840. 1840 this house was here. Man, it's seen a lot of history for sure. Think about how many people looked out that window. It'll look good. There might be some ghosts peering out at us right now. Yeah, the Civil War came through here. I think it was Fort Branch, not too far from here. They had a big skirmish up there. So it's definitely got some of that history going on too. Well, we're back to old Rev. Got an empty building here. There's the original town hall again, kind of looking into the sun right there at the water tower. So let's get in old Rev and ride down to the river where it all started. All right, Rev, take us on down the road to Main Street here. Now let's check out the Roanoke River, where all those shallow draft boats, steamboats would have pulled up, dropped people off, dropped some products off, picked some up, who knows what. It's nice down through here. I'd say it's about 8 o'clock in the morning if you want to know. As I drive along, I was trying to think if I could come up with a southernism for you. Let's see if I can think one real quick. Drawing a blank. I have probably said a few this morning, but I say them and I don't really notice them. A lot of times people will say, instead of over there, you'll hear over here, something like that. I don't say that too much, but I have heard it. So we'll use that one this morning, over here, over there. Sometimes it'll be a mix. You barely hear the TH. Over there, over here. I hear that mostly up in the mountains though. At least I have. Well, here it is. This is the wildlife area. I imagine it looked a little different back in the day, but anyway, they probably bring the horses and wagons down here, and that steamboat would pull up. Yeah, there it is. Got some people out there fishing today, it looks like. There's the river. I think we're gonna get out and go down there and look at it. So yeah, there it is. There's where they all stopped at. Over there. Yeah, that's a southernism. The other one would have been over them. Like if you you was over something, I'm over them doing that. Maybe you'd say over them. And one I do use a lot is like, instead of saying I'm going to, I go I'm going, I mean I'm going to do something. Yeah. Hamilton Access Area, 316 Main Street. Looks like they got some walking trails over there too. I guess the water comes on up in here at times, since this thing floats during the flood. Man, just go back in time right now. You hear the steamboat coming up through there. Everybody's talking in their antebellum accents. People coming down here, all excited. The boat's coming to town. They're gonna get some things they ordered, or maybe they got a bunch of products lined up in their wagons to load up and sell. So peaceful down here. Oh, did y'all see that big fish? Yeah, Hamilton, North Carolina. Beautiful hometown. I hope you enjoy this walk, talk, and drive of the town center and look at their beautiful river where it all started. If y'all did, I'd appreciate it if you'd like, subscribe, and share. Y'all take care.